suck at Mario Kart, bro.
You're good.
This map too suck. I hate playing this map. My bad. I'm talking about the game, but bro, I hate this map on Mario Kart, bro. God, and came across some crazy jump, bro. It might be crazy if you're familiar with the Pratt catchers, the folks that be catching Prads, man. They out here saying that this man, you know, if you're aware of the guy, Skeeter Gene, let me know. You know, say he's closely related to Jidion. Jidion's been catching some heat here recently, and they're out here saying Skeeter Gene might be worse than Jidion. Skeeter Gene being a very popular Pratt catcher. I used to be a fan of Skeeter Gene and his vids. You know what I'm saying? I thought they were funny, right? He caught the predator butt naked. Drive me cracked up. You know what I'm saying? But hey, let's go see what they saying about my dog Skeeter Gene, bro. My dude Skeeter Gene, man. Let's see.
Most of the people watching this video have seen the EDP 445 documentary, and significantly, for the last couple of days,
I watched it. Nasty work, bro. Nasty work.
People have been focused on the 2 separate botched sting attempts that were made in an effort to catch EDP trying to hook up with a minor. Now, Jidion has been put under a lot of scrutiny. He's made a response video that did not go over well either, but there was also someone else involved in his sting that we don't really seem to be talking about, and that individual is Skeeter Gene, or as he calls himself, Skeet Hansen.
My name is...
But my dog Skeeter Gene being out the way low-key, bro. That man Jidion be catching the heat, and I noticed my nigga Skeeter Gene, bro, he be in the cut. He be out the way as if, you know, he ain't got that much to do with nothing, bro. And, you know, I don't know how I'm feeling about that. There was like a time Skeeter Gene Jidion got in trouble with a popo in like a McDonald's or something. And it had something to do with Skeeter Gene's granddad or uncle. Some junk. It's some dude related to Skeeter Gene was squatting in his Gma house or some junk. And you know what I'm saying? My dude Jidion getting in trouble or whatever, you know. My nigga Skeeter Gene, he out the way. I'm noticing. I'm like, this is a thing going on because of Skeeter Gene, but ain't not too many people pointing fingers at Skeeter Gene. Not too many people, you know, got attention on Skeeter Gene. You know, my nigga Skeeter Gene low key got up out of there unscathed and, you know, untouched. I thought that was interesting.
Gene, also known as Skeet Hansen. I am a professional Chris Hansen impersonator on YouTube.
Now, in the documentary, Skeeter Gene is referred to as the most popular or most successful predator catcher on YouTube. And I realized while I was on a live stream with the creator Cope and Seethe, shout out to them, that I had yet to eat.
Freak we got going on, man. Keep me out here buffering, bro. I'm reacting.
Even look up Skeeter Gene's YouTube, and so that's...
It's back. Hold on. All right, we might be good.
Is referred to as the most popular or most successful predator catcher on YouTube. And I realized while I was on a live stream with the creator Cope and Seethe, shout out to them, that I had yet to even look up Skeeter Gene's YouTube. And so that's what I did. And I'm going to tell you right now that...
Yeah, bro, you would think Jidion the most popular, him or the Alex Rosen guy.
You are not going to be prepared for this in the exact same way that I wasn't. This is Skeeter Gene's YouTube. Obviously, you can see him there.
Skeeter!
In his purple suit that he really likes, that kind of just makes him look like a magician. And right off the bat here, I just want to go over a few of the titles and thumbnails that you can see here. For example, playing a predator in Mortal Kombat 1, if he loses, I call the cops. But the one I specifically want to go over with you guys today here is this one in the center. Playing a predator in Mario Kart, if he loses, I call the cops.
That one underneath it, though, this one right here, a low-key a banger. I don't want to be, you know, big up it, you know, this guy. I don't want to be big up his Skeet, you know what I'm saying? If he's like a terrible guy, but you know, he be fake giving away the car. That be funny, right? I can't lie. It's just be funny, right? It's just not supposed to be funny, like, you know what I'm saying? They really like, you know, doing their thing, but like, you add that little spectacle on it, bro. That just low-key. That just be funny.
Now I'm going to show you guys the intro for this video as he words it himself, because it is very important that you understand how he's outlined this, what he implies in that, and how this video actually ends.
All right,
But with
go.
all of that being said, let's get into Skeeter Jean's video here.
On one lonesome Saturday night, he showed up to our Sting house to play some Mario Kart. We all got together, had some laughs, and got down on some good old-fashioned split-screen gaming. It really was a good old time. Matt had a lot of fun, the decoys had a lot of fun, I personally had a blast, and most important of all, the police had a good old time when they arrived on scene. But, unfortunately, as we all know, all good things must come to an end.
First things first, it comes off that Skeeter writes his own
I don't really see too much wrong here. Maybe he's seeing something I ain't seeing. I don't see nothing wrong here. Not yet, at least. Let's
intros
see.
and is also bad at writing the intros, or he is completely riffing it, and maybe there is something funny in how bad it is. Maybe this is a fun bad thing that he's doing intentionally. I don't know. I'll leave that up to you guys. But the other thing, talking about how the cops have a good time when they show up, I just need to tell you guys right now that that is not true. He is lying. They didn't have a good time. As a matter of fact, they told him that it would be ideal if he were to close up shop instead of trying to catch any more predators.
If we get another one tonight, can you guys come do a report on that one as well, or?
I would recommend just closing down shop.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
I must have missed this in the vid. I must have missed that. All right, Whoops.
I gotcha.
All right.
Trying not to spoil too much of this video here, but kind of moving on, they start going into the prep work and they've got these decoys set up. And a very, real thing about this video is that they absolutely catch someone who you would consider a predator. And this predator, unfortunately for himself, looks just like Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys.
As you can see here, I mean,
I don't know who that
just
is.
look at those glasses. Like, look at this guy. Says he also says he hasn't been touched in 2 years, and I'm pretty sure you can see why. He's just got these total fishbowl glasses. I can't even keep a straight face while looking at this.
Now I know I'm really picking at the smallest stuff here, but the iPad being smudged so badly and them just not throwing up a photo of the guy on screen is just crazy. I know this is kind of the pot calling the kettle black situation, being I don't do a whole ton of editing and stuff, but it just feels like for someone who's got 20x the sub count that I do, over 2 million, you would think that they would have put more into the production of this stuff. But at the same time,
yeah, we nitpicking just a little bit, bro. We might be nitpicking just a little too much, bro. It ain't that big a deal for us.
they don't really need to, because the real reason that most people come to watch this is because they are catching a predator, and this is a good thing, and they're also trying to make it entertaining. For example, challenging the guy in Mario Kart. Now, they talk about some of the messages that this guy has sent, and they're just effectively showing that, yes, this is a predator, and then they have the decoy set up, and the guy comes in. This, I think, is maybe just biased, because I'm not a fan of this type of content or predator catching in general, but the decoys start engaging with the individual. They start playing Mario Kart with him and talking about some of the stuff that they had talked about, and they're doing like strip Mario Kart. And I think maybe just because I'm comparing this to Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator, it feels really weird how much these girls are engaging with him. At the same time, I think that he would technically be doing a good job at getting more kind of proof that this guy is chatting with these, people that he believes to be minors in this type of way. Realistically, it probably isn't a problem, but it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But here is a few clips from that time when they're playing Mario Kart with him.
Oh, I thought he was cute, but not this cute.
Yeah, I know.
What?
I think you are. Oh, I thought it was gonna be licorice. Yeah, it's okay. Did you want to do it with Carly? Huh? Did you want to do it with Carly too? Like, what we're gonna do?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Sure.
Really?
I've never had a three-way.
Yeah.
Alright, so a little thought of mine here, and I'm not, you feel me? I don't want to be defending evil people or nothing, so I'm not playing devil's advocate, but I'm not really necessarily seeing a big issue yet. We got, a little bit more time to, really throw some stones at my dude's name and character here. But this kind of makes sense. You kind of want to get the guy comfortable because you about to throw this Mario Kart at him. And you could say, why I got to do all that. I could see that. If you like, if that rubs you the wrong way that he's like toying with the predator too much, I can see like an argument being made there. But like that is what's going on, and it's not like a minor. It's not like a minor either. So I'm not really seeing why this would like rub anyone the wrong way. That the decoy is interacting with the pred too much. I don't really see why that's necessarily a problem.
Is it okay that like I'm
Now if this was like a minor, then I could see like issue being made here, but I don't really. Just listen.
If you guys don't mind, I don't mind.
you don't mind? I don't mind. Yeah. If I win, you have to take your shirt off.
You gotta take my shirt off?
Yeah.
If I win, then you gotta take your shirt off.
Okay.
So obviously you heard they got him, dead to rights, saying that he's cool with these things. He's playing strip Mario Kart with them. I had to cut out a lot of segments of them just kind of, recording from this paranormal activity looking angle. And they're just kind of doing small talk. There's like some in between bits where it's like him talking a bit, sexually in nature, or her, asking him questions to prompt him to do that. But then, of course, we jump into Skeeter Jean walking in.
Normally not something that like you role play with.
I just can't lose. I know.
What's going on, Daddy? You like to be called Daddy, don't you?
Me?
Yeah. You with your shirt off there? And the hot and ready pizza? Do you prefer Daddy or Matt?
Matt.
You prefer Matt? So you don't want me to call you Daddy? Okay. Well, Matt, could you just have a seat for me?
God damn.
Yeah, I just have a couple questions for you here. So, what's going on tonight?
Let's see your identification, please.
I don't have any.
You don't have it on you? Do you drive here without a license? Okay, well, I'll tell you what it is. It looks like, from what I have here, it looks like you're here to have sex with. Is that about? Does that sound about right? That's what you're here to do tonight.
Bags on the couch there.
What do we have there? What else is there?
Condoms.
Could you hold that up for me? Could I see the condoms?
Alright.
Okay, that's what you brought.
Still not seeing anything out of the ordinary from like a regular pred catch. You feel me? I'm not really. I don't know. I might be missing something though. I'm not sure. I don't really see nothing necessarily wrong. Now, if you're like one of those people who just can't stand like spectacleizing, if that's a word, I don't know if that's a word, making a spectacle out of, catching predators or whatever, then that's a whole other thing. And, I could see an argument there. And I really, I would be hot at that. But I'm not really seeing the like evil that Skeet Hansen has done.
Do you want to just give that to Chet here?
So to start off, obviously you can see where his inspiration comes from. He is clearly trying to, LARP as Chris Hansen, doing his famous lines. Although Chris Hansen in the documentary refers to Skeeter Jean as murdering his lines.
And you've got Skeeter or Skeet or whatever his name is, who's clowning around, taking my lines, I suppose, and murdering them with a guy in a cupcake outfit.
And you can see he's got this guy in this security getup, I guess to try to make him seem more formidable, but that's just a guy in a vest with a hat labeled security. Like, that is really all they're doing. And maybe
Okay, the pred don't know that, bro. If you a pred, I'm trying here. Because there is another guy who's made a pred catch video who looks like this guy, and they were just complaining about pred catchers as a whole, which I don't have an issue with, but like I don't need a person, being the morality police over pred catching, to be honest. Me personally. And, this could be a bad opinion, and my opinion is suspect to change if he, comes up with something great. But they don't know that. They don't know that. This is an earlier pred catch anyway. At some point, they actually start working with police, I do believe, and it's like actual police like on standby or whatever. But the pred doesn't know that. You got the security guy. It's just a fat guy with a vest on. Oh well, okay. We know he's probably for sure. The Pred doesn't know that. I'm not seeing what's the issue here. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to assert your dominance in any way possible so that, you I don't know, it just makes you more authoritarian. Makes your authority more known and felt, strikes fear in the person. That means they're less likely to like run away or do something dumb. You feel me? I don't know. But like, yeah, bro, it makes sense that the security man is there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure why this man's hating on these people having security.
I guess that's to help them stay safe, but I really don't think that guy is capable of doing just about anything out.
You don't know that for sure, guy. You're not. Come on.
Outside of a citizen's arrest.
I'm getting frustrated.
But as you can see, they've got him pretty much just admitting to everything, showing that he had brought condoms, that he had brought weed, that he was going to smoke or plan to with what he believed were minors. And obviously, it's not looking good. He's already seeing if the police are involved, but Skeeter needs a little more out of this before they bring in the cavalry, before they bring in the actual law enforcement that they have contacted. And so, of course, before they bring the police in, they end up playing a round of Mario Kart for what this predator believes is his freedom.
I'll tell you what. You've done a terrible thing, but today could be your lucky day. You may have a chance to be let off the hook here. If you can manage to beat me in a game of Mario Kart, we could maybe let you go scot-free. Baby
They just playing in silence, bruh. This joke is funny.
Kart is kind of slow in this one.
They playing on 50 cc's, man. They definitely not playing no high speed, bruh.
Some good old-fashioned drifting there.
Still think either way, I deserve it.
You still, so even if you win, you think you still deserve to get. Okay, well, we'll get to that in a minute, man. Oh, damn it. Get that damn red shell. Oh, another one hit me? Are you kidding me?
Hate when that happens.
Oh, I'm right behind you, Matt. I'm right behind you. I'm trying to. I keep getting hit by red shells.
Skeet suck at Mario Kart,
man,
bro.
You're good.
I'm a red shell. This map too suck. I hate playing this map. My bad. I'm talking about the game, but bro, I hate this map on Mario Kart, bro. On me, bro. I can't stand this junk.
Oh, damn, another baby. We got to keep those babies away from Matt. Oh, you might try something with them. Oh, I'm almost there.
Yeah, red shell, stupid.
So close to him.
You suck.
Oh, God, thank God. I thought we were going to have to let him go for a second there. My heart was racing. I mean, if that's all you have to say, then what I have to let you know here is that I'm Skeet Hansen with the Predatory Investigation Unit. I'm doing an online series about adults who trying to meet up with for sex.
God, people who glasses be like, they got like these big ass, you big ass water drop ass glasses, bro. That just be hilarious. It'd be hilarious, man. I gotta know though. All seriousness, how do like you end up with these kind of like glasses? Like, is that like how thick they are, or is that like, I don't know how you like end up with like large? You feel me?
And you've just been skeeted in 4K.
So as you can see there, a bit of a closer game than anticipated, but inevitably Skeet Hansen comes out on top, and he talks about they have this like name. They're part of a predatory behavior unit or something along
Predatorial Investigation Unit. I promise it's not that.
Line.
He's hating, I feel like.
Which makes them sound more official. Makes them sound like they're, some real people doing this series, almost like, again, Chris Hansen. Now, again, I think it is in the eye of the viewer, and obviously this stuff is entertaining. Otherwise, he wouldn't have 2 million subs. He wouldn't be, broaching 500,000 views guaranteed a video if it wasn't entertaining to a large group of people. Now, there's this moment afterwards where they're chatting that I want to show you guys, where he's kind of chatting with him about how hopefully they...
Once again, haven't really heard anything, any actual argument as to why this man Skeeter Gene might be worse than Jidion. And we're halfway through the video.
Can get this individual help. Where Skeeter here is suggesting that while in prison, there may be, you know, systems or programs set up to help this individual, you know, stop being a predator and whatnot. It really sounds like this guy is for sure going to prison. It just really sounds like this guy is going to go to prison at the end of this video.
But, you know, I'm sure within prison they'll be able to get you some kind of help in there. I mean, do you see a therapist? I mean, maybe you should go back. Seems like you have a major problem here. Well, there's programs you can get into that, you know, will help you pay for that and get you the help you need. That's what we want to do for you. Well, you know, when the police arrive, they'll definitely be able to point you in the right direction for that. Get you in contact with someone.
Now, again, this just kind of makes it sound like they've got a procedure for this, that there is a setup for them. But at the same time, Skeeter Jidion just like, oh, there's programs, I'm sure, and you know, he's right, but you don't really have to know much about what happens in prison here, and I don't really think that's Skeeter's priority here. He's just doing this for the entertainment. And it really seems like, based off of kind of how this was shot, and then in tandem with what the local law enforcement that does show up ends up saying to Skeeter, that they called them during this sting, or around towards the end of it, so people could show up and do this. And again, that's going to make sense, because shocker, absolute surprise here, they take him away, and then they tell Skeeter straight up that this guy is definitely not going to prison.
I think it'll be up to...
What point was that supposed to make? I'm just not seeing where he's like, look, if this man Skeeter Jidion is really bad as Jidion, or as worse as Jidion, or both of them are evil people just as bad as like child predators or whatever, I'm down. I open up this video optimistic, open-minded, if you will, about, you know, hearing some actual information that this man Jidion, that this man Skeeter Jidion. I was even giving out some kind of, hey man, my name's Skeeter Jidion, he might be on some junk, right? I haven't heard anything, bro. Oh, you're mad he's trying to get entertainment out of it. Sure. Feel me? Horrible. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's kind of like the nature of these, especially YouTube. And that's like a big criticism anyway, that, you know, they probably care a little too much about the entertainment of it all. And I could see that as well. But like, he's not making that point. He's not really saying that.
These gentlemen here.
He's not really saying anything. He's low-key just giving me the spark notes to the video. I could have watched the video. I didn't need you to explain the video to me.
So what's going on tonight?
Trying to come here and have sex with.
Was that your intention to just come here and do that?
It was, and I shouldn't have. I knew I shouldn't have, and I don't know why I decided to follow through with it.
Do you guys have is this like a business, or is it just you guys do it on your own time?
Yeah, it's a business.
Okay, what's the name of the?
Predatorial Investigation Unit.
Do you guys have like hard copies of all the texts and stuff with you?
So we don't have them hard, but I can send them to you. If you give me an email, I can send them all to you. And I have them on the iPad here. You can go through them and take pictures of them if you want.
This is my first time coming to
I got you.
so I'm pretty unfamiliar with.
We're going to take a report on what happened here.
Okay.
But our prosecutor will not issue any sort of warrants on any of these because they're not run by the police department.
Okay.
I understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna, at least in Kent County, it's not gonna go anywhere. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Well, like I said, we're still going to report, just document it, but it's not gonna go anywhere.
I got you.
Just a heads up.
Okay.
So.
And I believe that the reason why that, you know, the prosecutor wouldn't do anything with this was because the police weren't involved at the jump. This is the thing they started doing recently, I feel like, because I low-key, for a while, I kind of stopped watching Skeeter Jidion personally, but for a while they were actually. This is an earlier catch, I believe. This is like a catch that is a old catch. Let me see. What's my timestamp? 13:56. Okay, why not?
Here, I just want to go over Immortal. If
some Saturday night,
and how this video actually stand as part if he.
I'm about to say, man, cuz shut the hell up. 1 year ago. All right, so this jump was a year old now, and he says this at the beginning of his videos that they had the police involved every step of the way, because this is why the prosecutors won't do anything with this, case or whatever, was because the police weren't notified and involved from the jump. This is a thing that they have, from my understanding, that they have changed now. They changed that about their procedure, that the police and the authorities have been contacted from the jump, from the beginning. So I'm not really getting this criticism either. I get the criticism for an old one, but this is an old catch, man. Like the way they do things has changed now. They don't like catch the same way that they do now. They made the procedure more, effective, more,
In the
come on.
report, just document it, but it's not going to go anywhere.
I got you.
Just a heads up.
Okay.
So, just wanted you to be aware of that. So, like I said, we're still going to do the report on it, but
Yeah, I
it's
hear
just
you.
going to document it. So,
I got you.
all right.
Okay. If we get another one tonight, can you guys come do a report on that one as well, or?
I would recommend just closing down shop.
Okay.
I appreciate that Skeeter decided to keep this in the video. Now I feel like, and I'm gonna show you a few.
And I'm sure he recommended for him to close down shop because it'd be the same thing. The prosecutor wouldn't take it because the authorities haven't been here or haven't been involved since the beginning of whatever catch that he was probably planning on orchestrating that night as well. That makes sense.
Following after this, the reason that I think he keeps these segments in is because they think it's ridiculous that this police department isn't going to prosecute on him bringing, marijuana, or him wanting to do this and them having proof and him talking to them, knowing their age, things like that. I think, and maybe he's right, that the viewers watching this are going to side with Skeeter Gene and his team, because how could you not prosecute this? But, just taking a moment, is this not fucking insane? Like, is this not just absolutely crazy that they went through all this, clearly did not work with Kent County at all throughout any of this, didn't give them any information about this, and just did it on their own volition?
And you cherry picked this one video. It's all video. A. B. Like I said, this is a thing that they have since changed upon since this catch. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they went and learned from their flaws and mistakes where this is concerned with their pred catching. This is the thing that they have changed. So you can't say Skeeter Gene might be worse than Jidion, and this is implying that you are talking about Skeeter Gene as of right now is worse than Jidion, and you're using a old video with an old example of how they handled old catches. They don't handle catches like that anymore. And then C, it's not really that crazy that they would expect, prosecutors to still prosecute or go forward with legal whatever where this is concerned with the bread catching thingy, especially early on when they don't really understand the legality or the legal ins and outs of doing bread catches, something that they probably since learned from and has changed their methods of catching preds, bro. This is again just a flaw of them being old and like an older video and them being new to the pred catching thing at the time of when this video was made, when this pred catch was made.
Now they're just blown away. They're aghast at the idea that Kent County isn't going to prosecute it. Like, yeah, you're not local law enforcement. They have no reason to trust you. They have no idea how by the book this is even possibly done. And realistically, any lawyer worth their salt is probably going to find a way to get this guy out of it. So why would you waste the prosecution's time? They have no idea if they can trust anything that you've done, and there is almost a guarantee that you have fucked up.
And I would agree with that, but that don't mean Skeeter Gene knew that at the time or knew that whenever, you feel me? I have to go back and check how old this thing has been, or when the freak he was doing this catch for me to know how long he's been doing it, for me to give a Maybe this guy is making a point, but like, I'm not seeing it though.
In some type of way that is going to guarantee this guy walks free anyway. For example, doing it without contacting the authorities. You have now guaranteed that this guy will walk out scot-free outside of if
something that they have changed. They contact authorities now.
The people that are around him in his life end up finding out about this video. But now here's them chatting with the police officer who mentioned earlier that they hadn't really done any, they've never shown up to something like this, explaining to them further, and sure, it is criminal to, plot against, for example, like if you were planning to take out a president, for instance. But again, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a cop, I don't really know if there's anyone that has been insight on this. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. But then, of course, I gotta show you guys how he outros this video.
He really was a character, wasn't he? What he came to do tonight was truly diabolical. I mean, distributing to a cupcake and bringing the condoms is just nasty work. It's really a shame that the police weren't able to do anything, really, with Matt on this night.
The cops there couldn't do anything because of what you did. If I were to do content like this, I don't know how I wouldn't feel immense guilt for running into a situation where I expose someone who clearly had the chutzpah to do something as horrific as try to hook up with multiple minors in this example, and to have them so dead to rights, but I never involved local law enforcement, and I guarantee that individual is going to walk off scot-free. I don't know how I live with myself after that, let alone wake up the next morning excited to make another one of these. And at the very least, I appreciate that Skeeter, at the end of this, he said if any of them fall into the hands of our investigations, they're not going to see justice. They're not, going to be arrested. They're not going to prison. They're going to get skeeted on. Because at the end of the day, Skeet Hansen isn't there to, protect children. They're not there to get these predators off the streets. They're there to skeet on them, to get their content out of it, to play them in Mario Kart or Mortal Kombat is another one that he's done. Get their money out of it and then let them walk away. Maybe some will.
I mean, sure. Okay,
argue that the public exposure of these individuals is enough, but as it turns out, I don't think the people that they're going to be predating upon are necessarily going to be for sure watching Skeet Hansen or Skeeter Jean or Jidion or Vitaly or any of these other predator catchers. I'm very doubtful that these videos have stopped potentially vulnerable children from interacting with these people or fully stopping these people from going out and doing what they're doing. But again, I'm very curious to hear what you guys think about this. But after watching this and reacting to it live with Cope and Seed, I needed to make a video about it. If you enjoyed it, please.
I think this vid was a big fat ass nothing burger, nigga. That's what I think about this vid, bro. It's a whole big old pile of nothing, dude. Like I can see the criticism of being, too focused on getting the content, not really worried about, actual legal matters of the catches that they, partake in and try to orchestrate. Like I said, this is a thing that they have since ironed out. I think now, they get law enforcement, involved every step of the way. Like he says, in the beginning of all his pred catches now, I believe, I haven't watched, them in a while, but this is like I said, like a dumb nitpick to me. Like it's not really, that's not a dumb nitpick. I see like what focus like too heavily on the content, but this is a fat nothing burger to me still. Like it's not, he hadn't really said nothing. He didn't really say anything that moved me to be like, oh yeah, he's worse than Jidion. Okay, he fucked up the legal part. What the guy did was still a crime, you feel me? Like he's still like exposed for it. Like even if he was focused on just the content, which I could see the argument for that, he's still, doing something, I feel like. And it's better than not doing anything, I feel like. That's just my opinion, but like, I feel like this guy, he came, said a bunch of nothing, I feel like. He, didn't really make any point that hadn't been like fixed in newer catches, like I said, I'm not trying to like, protect evil people if they're actual evil people. And, I get the arguments that, folks like Jidion and Skeeter Jean or whatever are super flawed in like their methods of like their content, but I feel like that could be fixed. I feel like, they're still doing some amount of good, or like their intentions are like good somewhere. It's a net positive than it is like a negative, in my opinion. But oh well, I guess, what I'm saying, some folks, I guess, I don't know, they just be up here talking, I feel like, bro. Very disappointed in that video. I thought I was going to hear some actual, some fire shot, what I'm saying, some actual, oh yeah, this nigga, Skeeter Jean is actually a pred himself or something. But nope, he didn't. Instead, he just, complain about the flaws of an old catch that has been improved upon, whatever. Hey man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, bruh. I didn't enjoy making this one, but I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.